Hello all, welcome back. So in this series, as of now, we have covered pre-trained model. So we have seen a vision API, we have seen NLP APIs and speech API. So most of the pre-trained models we have covered. Now we want to build a custom machine learning model using a Google AutoML and a Vertex AI. So first thing, when we should use this AutoML and Vertex AI, and when we should create a custom machine learning model using a AutoML. So just take an example. We are having one classroom, and in classroom we have to create one attendance system which will fetch the student's face automatically, and this will detect okay the student is present in the class, and it should mark the attendance automatically. But if we use a vision API, it will find the students are available, but it won't able to identify the each individual students by their name, because Google has not provided the data to that particular vision API. So vision API can detect the objects, it can detect okay there is a person in the image, but how will vision API know okay this is the name of the person, this ABC is the name of the person, or XYZ is the name of the person? So for this we'll use a AutoML. We'll create our customized model. What we can do here, just see here what I have written here: bring your dataset, train model using Google AutoML Vertex AI, and use a Google infrastructure. So here what we can do, we'll just put the photos or images of each student, and we can label them according to their name, and then we can train our model. And if the same image is appeared in our custom model, then it will detect that name and detect that person with the correct name. So this is a simple example. Now what I will do, I'll go to my cloud console and I want to create one custom machine learning model. But what I will be using a different sports. I have collected a different random pictures of the different sports, and I want to just create one custom machine learning model which will identify the sport based on the image of that sport. So any kind of image we can put there, and it will identify okay this is a tennis sport, or this is a football. Okay, so this is a small kind of a basic example I want to try here. So I'll go to cloud console and we'll see how we can create our data set and train our machine learning model using a Vertex AI. So from here I'll go to Vertex AI. I'll just type Vertex AI here. So just remember one thing, this is a very costly service. If you have enough credits, then only you can, or you should try for this Vertex AI service. So here first I'll enable all recommended APIs. So I'll just show you what APIs should be enabled. So it should enable Vertex AI API, Cloud Storage API, Notebook API, and Data Flow API. So we already used a Cloud Storage and Data Flow, that's why it's enabled. So it will enable Notebook API and Vertex API once I click on enable all recommended APIs. Okay, so first thing we have to create our data set. So I'll show you how we can create our dataset here. So I'll show that first dataset I have here. So here I have one custom random images of the sport I have collected, and I will use these images. So using these images I will train my custom machine learning model using a Vertex AI, and then it should identify any kind of images of the sports by comparing to these images. Okay, so now APIs are enabled. Okay, so it is showing you must enable API to create a dataset. So APIs are enabled. Let me refresh it, and then I'll try to create a dataset. Okay, now I can create a dataset. So it will ask a type of data here. So I want to do a image classification, I want to do a tabular regression or forecasting machine learning algorithm, or a text, or a video. So we can use image. So inside this it will use a vision API. Okay, so I want to do a image single label classification. So I will create this dataset. So I'll show you why I went for the single label classification, because I want to just tag each image with individual sport. And as I am providing very low data, so it will give me result, but it will give very low confidence, because more of your data, more your machine learning model will be accurate. Okay, now it's asking to upload images from your computer, upload import files from your computer, or select import files from cloud storage. So I'll upload from a computer, and I'll just select all these images and I'll upload all images. Okay, so now you could see it is uploading all images. So storage path, let me give a cloud storage path where it should upload. So I will go for this bucket, I'll click select, and I'll click on continue. So it will start uploading the files to the storage bucket. It will take some time, so I'll pause this video for some time. So once our data is imported, you will get an email from Vertex AI. Here you could see I received an email that data import has finished. So it will say operation is successful. And once data is available, you could see currently there are no labels available. So I have to assign labels to each individual pic. So what I will do, I'll select shooting pics first. So I'll select this shooting pics and I'll try to assign a label. Okay, so I'll just assign label. Okay, currently there are no labels, so I have to create few labels. So I'll create one label for shooting sport, one I'll create for bike racing or just for a racing, one label I'll create for cricket. So for each sports I'll create a separate labels. Tennis, football, and last I'll create one for swimming. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll try to assign labels shooting to these images. Okay, now you could see the three are labeled one and unlabeled are a 59. So if I go to cricket, so it will ask me to assign a label. So now I'll go to unlabeled and I'll assign labels to all cricketing images or cricket pics. Assign labels, add a cricket. So this is bit a lengthy process here. So what I will do, I'll assign labels for each sports and then I'll be back. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to assign labels for each sports and then I'll tell you the process. So I'll pause this video, I'll assign the labels and then I'll resume my video. Now you could see I labeled all the images, so all 62 are labeled and unlabeled are 0. So I can see here, so 20 images related to cricket, so I label based on the cricket and I'll train my model based on this 20 images itself. Similarly for football I have 10 images and all other ports we have images. So once we have data sets and labels are ready, we can train our model. So what this training means, so currently what we are doing, we are providing this data set and telling our machine learning model, okay, these images are related to shooting or such kind of images are related to shooting. So our model will just analyze all small objects from this image and will try to correlate any new image received whenever we are using this model. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to train our model. So we'll see how we can train our model now. Now once you have all labels and you should minimum 10 images for each label, you can click on train your model. So training model will take a couple of hours here. So you have to set a training job. So model training method, I will choose AutoML, as we are only using AutoML here, and we already discussed about custom training, but you are not using a custom training here. We have to use our own TensorFlow code, but I'll use AutoML here. And where to use the model, I'll use a cloud only. So I'll click on continue. So name, I'll just give sport detect. I'll click on continue. So higher accuracy, so it will have this latency, so we'll go for higher accuracy. I'll continue. So budget, we can set a budget here, enter maximum number of nodes per hour. So I just want only 2 nodes. Okay, here we have 8 to 100, so I'll keep 8 only, and I'll click on a training. So I already having a free trial credit, so that's why I'm using this. If you don't have that, it will cost you more, so just be careful. Now here you can go on training and you can see the training jobs here. Okay, so here in the status you could see the pending, and it will take a time based on your data. So based on my previous experience, it should take a 40 minutes to 1 hour. Sometimes it will take 2 hours also. So I will pause this video for this time, and once it is done, I will come back again and we'll test our machine learning model. So I'll pause this video for now. Hello all, welcome back. And you could see now after 1 hour and 43 minutes this model training is completed. You could see the status as a finished, and the time took 1 hour 43 minutes. It started at 1934 and end at 2118. So my model is completely trained now. Now we'll see what we can do. So first we need to deploy this model now before testing this. So once I go inside this model, so it will show the stats and all the details, but I'll walk you through this later. So we'll go to deploy and test. So first we have to deploy, before we cannot test it before deploying. So we'll just deploy to endpoint. Okay, so endpoint name I'll just give scan sport, continue. Number of compute nodes, so I'll just give 2, and I'll just deploy it. Okay, so it's deploying. We'll wait for some time. And it created one endpoint. Okay, so what I will do now, I'll just download one random image and I'll test my model. You could see the test option here. So I'll just download any sample sport image. So I'll go and I'll search. So take an example, I'll take for swimming image. Swimming is easy, so I'll just take a cricket image. Okay, and I will see if my machine learning model is able to identify the sport. So I'll just download this, because if it is looking for bat, it is easy for it to identify. So I will download it in downloads, and I'll just give the name as a sample dot jpg, or sample one. We'll check for 2-3 sports. Then I'll take one hockey or a tennis. So if it looking for net, it is very difficult, or it might be confusing between the football net and, so okay, I'll take this tennis ball because it is again in a cricket as well. So we'll see if it is able to identify these two with a strong percentage. So I'll just give the name sample2. Okay, so I'll just test these endpoints or test these images now using this upload image feature. So from download,
I'll just upload this sample one cricket image and we'll see if it will detect the sports. Yeah, now you could see it is confused between football and cricket. So it is showing strong percentage because I took it from very long. So I'll check for other. So more the data we provide, more accurate result it will provide. So it depend upon the training data. Okay, now you could see it's 81% confident that it is related to a tennis. Now I'll just take one image from shooting sport and I will take bit difficult to identify or something like that which is not used in training dataset. Okay, I'll use this. Okay, I'll use this. Just give the name sample 4 and I'll upload again. We'll see if it gives a strong percentage because this is very unique sports. Here you could see it's showing 72%, which is a good again. And suppose if I take one more image from swimming. Okay, so I will use this image. Okay, and I'll test this as well. Okay, it is a 65% accurate that it is swimming. Now we'll take one racing. So we'll just take any random. Okay, I'll take this. Okay, and this is the last one I'll test because I provided very small training data. Even it took 2 hours just for training and complete process took almost 4 hours for me. I just want to show you the process. Yeah, you could see 66% for racing. But our Vertex AI always recommended to use training data for image classification with around a 1000 image. The minimum is 10. Without 10 image for per label you cannot even train your model. So it's always better or good practice to use around 1000 images per label. But I used very small data, still it is giving result above 50 to 60%. That is quite good. But if you need a more accurate result, then you can provide more images and train your model again. So you can evaluate your model's accuracy here. All the parameters you can check in evaluate. Okay, confidence threshold 0.5, so above 0.5 we can consider that belongs to the sport which is having the confidence level above 0.5 or a 50%. So that's it for a Vertex AI. Now hope you understood how we can created a custom machine learning model using the Vertex AI and AutoML. So it took a very long time for me to complete this demo. So to train model it took around 2 hours and then deploy model around it took 20 to 25 minutes. So whole process will take time. So also I skipped a time used to upload images to storage bucket and assign a level. So if you want to try, you just need to get around 2 to 3 hours of time to test this demo. So hope you will learn from this, and thank you for watching this video. We'll see you in our next video.